Alright, I think it's update time. I'm very, very tired, so forgive me if I seem kind of loopy and if I go off on tangents. I just realized it's been way too long since I've done this, so it's time. Um, I believe my last update video-wise was in December, and since then I have been very, very ill, um, and trying to find an answer as to why that is. And I've come to the conclusion I think it has a lot to do with my lap band. Not saying I don't like my lap band. I'm not getting rid of the lap band. I'm not taking my fluids out. No, nothing. It's a matter of getting back in control of it. I'm still at about the 65-pound loss mark since my surgery in July, which is pretty average, I think, from what I hear. Obviously, I'd like for it to be more, but 65 pounds lost is 65 pounds that I never plan on seeing again. So um, I'm okay with that as long as I don't gain more. And I haven't gained any back yet, so knock on wood, wherever that is. I don't know. But no, I've been in and out of the doctor's office a lot lately. He's probably getting sick of me. Between the usual cold, flu-like symptoms, stuff like that, sinuses, to ear infections, different things, and it's just been really apparent to me that I have what seems like zero immune system. And being around sped kids and kids in general all day, I mean, you get the boogers and the hands in the mouth and you name it. And I've generally been a really healthy person up until the last couple of years, and so I'm not used to catching sicknesses so easy. But anyways, going to the doctor, I've been sick. I went in a couple weeks ago for another checkup, and my doctor took some blood and did some blood tests, and he found that I tested positive for prediabetes, which, first of all, I didn't see coming at all. Second of all, scared the crap out of me because diabetes is serious. Yeah, I get that it's pre-diabetes, which is kind of like warning, warning, but it's still scary just the same, especially when that's not anywhere near what you're expecting to hear. I mean, I was prepared to hear something about being malnourished, or, I mean, a brain aneurysm had even been discussed. Of course, that's not optimal, like what you'd want, but you know what I mean. So anyways, yeah, pre-diabetes. Of course, it was a blood test that was taken kind of on the fly, so I didn't fast beforehand like you normally have to do. There's no orange drink, um, and I'd also pretty much not had anything to eat, with the exception of water and some shakes, milkshakes, for about 2 weeks. So I'm gonna I've been drinking a lot of protein shakes as much as I can because I'm still not keeping solid foods down. I'll get to that in a minute. Um, but I'm gonna have my blood tested again in a couple weeks and see if it comes back pre-diabetes. If it does at that point, I'll take it very seriously, um, and go forward from there to see about um, I don't know, reversing the symptoms. I do have diabetes on one side of my family in a huge part, um, but prior to having the surgery, I had not had any sign of it. And, especially after losing 65 pounds, you don't expect to hear that you've developed diabetes. Um, so there's that news. As for not keeping food down, yes, that's my lovely, lovely news to share. Um, my last fill was in November. It got me to about 5.75 cc's in my band, and which isn't, it's pretty normal from the sounds of it. And somewhere in there, I got something stuck, and ever since I haven't been keeping down much of anything solid. Been throwing up regularly. It's not it's not very pretty. And it's really embarrassing to, go out and, Chris and I will go out for dinner and I have to excuse myself a couple times, and this is the first time it's really been like that for the last couple weeks to last, probably about the last month. It's been really hard. And so, of course, I haven't been getting the nutrients that I need. I've been getting very ill, and I think that's where my doctors think too. where my immune system problems are coming from is the fact that my body is running on empty constantly. I'm not sleeping well, and I'm getting sick. I'm not keeping foods down. So um, I spoke with my weight loss nutritionist, dietitian, and we agreed that I probably need to come in and get some fluid taken out of my band, probably about a cc, until my band can heal back up from whatever trauma happened down below, and then gradually fill it back up again. And then hopefully I'll start seeing that weight loss again, because I've been at this plateau, like I said, since late November, early December. Um, so yeah, that's what's going on there. So prediabetes, yeah. Try not to let it bug me too much, like I said, until I know what the second round of results show me. So I do want to emphasize I'm so happy because Mike over at WLIAZ, the Weight Loss Institute of Arizona, he's the dietitian there, and he does a good job of setting up support groups, and there's website stuff, and there's stuff on Facebook now, but now he's made a private group where we can all get on there and actually post in a forum type thing to each other about our different experiences and questions and struggles and triumphs, and I'm very thankful to that. It's very helpful, but I've been noticing on there, and it makes me feel kind of better, but it's still sad that a lot of people are experiencing the same stuff as me. And there's one lady who really emphasized the fact that people need to remember that the band is not a fix-all. It's not going to solve all your weight loss problems. It's not going to do it for you. It's just a tool to help you. Meaning you have to do most of it yourself. It's just there to kind of back you up so that you don't slip and fall, and if you use it properly. And I mean, I'm guilty. Luckily I haven't gained any weight back, but being ill is kind of evidence that I wasn't as careful as I should have been, excuse me, with my, with what I was eating, what I was choosing to have, because there were times when I would push myself too far with maybe having chips or pasta or something that I really should be staying away from if I want this to work right, or at least chewing better, and not going past my limit of when I'm full, I'm full. You don't keep going. So I don't know. It's very important. If you're someone who's thinking about getting it, just know that it's not going to solve your problems. It's not going to make you lose weight. It's going to help you. But honestly, it's 95%, at least 95% you doing it and keeping up on it and keeping yourself in check. And I mean, I've even had to, when I'm out with friends or my boyfriend eating dinner, I have to focus on eating or on socializing. I can't do both anymore right now because, if I'm not focusing on what I'm eating, I don't chew as well, or I eat too much, or I'm not paying attention to what I'm eating, and something will go down wrong. Not a pretty picture. So, I don't know. I also need to be more disciplined with saying no to sweets, because those seem to go down a lot easier than meats and cheeses and different things like that. Um, I have a colleague who's very motherly, who recently got on my case about the cheese I've been eating in my Lunchables. And basically, she's convincing me not to eat processed cheese anymore, because with the little bit that I'm getting nutritionally wise, I need to make it good. I need to make it wholesome food that's not part plastic. So, I don't know. So I've been going places like Sprouts and different places, and I'm trying to spread my palate out more, especially with the prediabetes diagnosis. Whether it sticks or not, it's still something to pay attention to and adhere by. So I don't know. I did want to mention I've had people looking into the surgery who've asked me if I've experienced some different side effects. One major one would be hair loss, and yeah, I have. I don't know if you can tell, but my hair. If you know me, my hair is my vanity, because I don't know, I'm a Leo or something. I don't know, but um, it's definitely gotten thinner, and I can tell. And I don't think most people, unless they like have played with my hair a bunch or something, would notice the difference. But it's enough for me to notice. I do feel a little self-conscious about it, so I don't want to cover that up or lie about that. Like that's something that's realistic. I have talked to medical experts at my surgical center where I got it. And they said that, yeah, that's to be expected, and that once my body self-regulates again, once I've lost the weight and I get back to a healthy place and where I need to be, it'll start thickening back up and getting back to where it was before. Um, let's see, what else have I noticed? I don't know, I'm trying to think. I just drew a blank. There were a couple of different things I wanted to say, but maybe it'll come back to me later. Oh, I've noticed when I was planning with Mike, the nutritionist, before the whole process began, he told me to try not to drink while I'm eating I think because it helps kind of push the food through instead of filling me up faster. It'll just kind of push it through like soup. I've actually found that I have no choice but to not drink and eat together because I'm more prone or more likely to throw up if I'm trying to drink something while I have food in my stomach recently. Um, so I really have to discipline myself there too because I'm so used to having a drink with me and my food. Think about a restaurant. They serve you your drinks and then they serve you your food and you eat them together. You get refills throughout the night. Um, but yeah, I can't do that anymore, and that's been kind of hard. So again, every day it seems is a learning experience, and I've messed up a few times, just like everyone does with anything new that they try, and I don't know. I just think it's important. You just get back up and you try again. Um, being sick, I haven't worked out the way that I want to, the way that I used to, the way that I need to. Um, but I'm hoping as my health is getting back to where it needs to be, and hopefully it'll continue that way, that I'll get back on that and start working out. I have my elliptical that I love, and I need to take my dogs out walking, and I don't know. So my mom and I were looking into what is it called? Zumba? I don't know, some dance thing. So maybe we might do that together or something. But that's definitely been the missing piece for me, and that's probably going to help kickstart some more weight loss too. But again, I'm not gonna sit here and complain about 65 pounds lost in about 6 months. You know, um, really not gonna complain about that. But I would like to get off this plateau and get moving in the right direction again. So, anyways, I think that's it. Sorry if I blabbed on too much. I just feel like there's so much that's happened in the last couple months, and I have not been good at updating because didn't think you wanted to hear me when I was all sick and whatnot. So, and you probably didn't want to see me when I was like that either. So, anyways, I hope you guys are all enjoying your Valentine's Day. I just, to all my fellow lap banders out there, I wish you the best of luck and in health and otherwise, and we're all in it together. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, I'm here. Bye.